Dr. Anabino, from your profile, I read that from the age of 13, you already joined your dad in business. Kindly take us through that journey on how you went to learn the ropes through business.
We started a while ago, maybe when I was about 13, is when I started going to work with my dad, because my dad was a businessman. He was dealing with products and then moved into low-income hotels and finally into petrol stations and transport. That's where we are now. So basically from the time, the company is about 12 years old, and I think I've been volunteering and working formally from the time I was 13 to now, with a gap of the time I was in university. But from high school all the way primary, I was always coming to work, and that's how my inculcation into business started.
While working with your dad, maybe you can detail to us the kind of experiences that you got from him, and since he's been in business, what did he teach you and what did you learn from him? What did you come out with?
I feel that he's given me, him and actually my dad's brother, who's also my other dad, one thing I really learned from them from the time I was young till now is the ability to be okay with the outcome. It's like you're either gonna do well or you won't. So just, the time's gonna go anyway, so you might as well start. That's the one thing that I learned. So I don't have as much fear as anybody else would in starting anything new. I'm not afraid to risk it. And that, I feel, it's come from watching them fail and succeed and fail and succeed over the past decade or so.
Bringing this into the market, we'd like to know what motivated Anab to get into her own business and what it took to start up.
When I started pharmacy, it was a matter of I was good at chemistry, not necessarily that I had a passion for it. I did my internship, I was at Kenyatta, and I was going through the ropes, and I felt lethargic and a bit uninspired by what I had already studied. And the thing is, I did have the knowledge, so I didn't want it to go into waste. So I was like, how do I bring these two worlds together, what I love and what I've studied? And for me, business has always been in me. So I thought, okay, let me see, what aspects do I like? Then trading in drugs would have been the obvious option, and it would have worked. But the other thing that came to me at the time was I had, from my own interest in personal health, it's a niche side, but at the end of the day, I felt like it was an industry that hadn't grown as much as it had, and compared to other countries as well, our interest hasn't quite gotten there. But then again, a few years ago, we didn't have as many fast food joints as we have right now. That's how ISMIC and preventative health was born.
Breaking out from your dad, helping your dad and volunteering for your dad, now you going out to start your own business. How hard or how easy was it, to go into the registration of the company, looking for an office? How was it for you?
It involved not doing what I was doing before, which meant it wasn't an easy choice, but it was an obvious choice to me at the time. So we had to look for capital at the beginning, and luckily I was very fortunate to have shareholders who were interested and who could see my vision. But it took a while because I had to sort of show what I could bring to the table as well. And again, it's an industry that's not so known, so it wasn't obvious. And we knew it was a long-term investment. It wasn't going to happen overnight. And at the beginning, that was the hardest part. Once we got that done, then it was the registration, dealing with finding the right products to actually do as well. So it came by luck, I think.
When giving us a story, you mentioned that you were able to convince some people to come in and be shareholders in your business. Maybe you can detail to us about that and tell us how easy or how hard it was to try and convince them to join you in your business. How was that?
I had no savings, none whatsoever. I just finished school. So I think it took about a year or so to just convince. But luckily, the biggest shareholder was my father, which helped, because at the end, at least he had worked with me over the past couple of years, and I mean, knowing my work ethic helped, and it was a build-up to that. And the other part that really helped with the capital side was being able to see the bigger picture, being able to see the maths, putting together the trends that we've had in the past couple of years. So it was a proper business proposal.
You may be wondering, why you need supplements as opposed to the real vegetables in your life. Let's hear of the benefits that these supplements will bring to your body, and also the range of products that are available at ISMIC, Dr. Anab's company.
Our biggest investment has been in the organic foods, which is a leaf green. There we have real veggies and real grass. Real veggies and real grass are basically they're made of vegetables in a tablet. So you grow them and put them here in a tablet. So real veggies has cabbage, broccoli, spinach, carrot, beetroot, and there are no preservatives. So we use fenugreek and some herbal blends to sort of keep the organicness going. So this one is good for the liver health. It's for liver detoxification. This is real grass, has barley grass, alfalfa, and wheatgrass, also with spirulina. This is usually very good for keeping your oxygen high in your blood, because usually what happens is when you start it in the morning, you automatically feel energetic, and it has also had very good results with diminishing the signs of aging. So usually it keeps your skin looking younger.
So where can somebody get to find these products? Are they in pharmacies? Are they in any other stores? Maybe you can lead them.
Majority right now are actually in pharmacies. You can find them in most of the malls. Healthy You still has them. But mostly we actually sell them online. Our website and our Facebook page, ISMIC Health, is usually very active in getting our customers to come on board.
While doing this, she has faced numerous challenges, but also let us know what fulfillment she gets.
I would say in doing something I believe in. I believe that pharmaceutical drugs have their use, and they have, obviously, it's a big industry that has its own advantages as well. But I do feel that we only give attention to our body when we're ill. And I feel that this is a section that's pretty much neglected. If you take better diet, better take care of yourself, and you're in a platform where you can sort of access this, over time, you may not see the results as it's happening, but over time you'll be grateful for it.
You brought in products from abroad, and you want to probably expand and have them around the country or outside the country. What would you say are your future plans, Dr. Anab?
I would like to take our partnership with MWH to the next level, because these are only 2 products. So I feel that there's market to introduce more products in terms of the elements themselves, in terms of for different things, for diet, for everything that's affecting us right now, and hopefully in the future get to a point where we can manufacture them locally.
Someone sitting at home and they're probably watching you thinking it's quite an easy process to get into business on bringing products from abroad maybe. What would you tell them, to encourage them that you can bring in something and it can be quite an easy process? Encourage them to get into business.
I think it's actually easier to try something than to give up. What I would say is, if you have an idea, if you have passion, if you have interest in a different aspect of anything really, and there are no big things. Everybody just builds on these bricks. So pick your first one. But the thing is, if you are taking steps, consistent, small, whatever it is, if you're just taking steps, you're heading somewhere. So just take them. Just take the first step. Doesn't matter how many times you fall, just get up again.
The 6th Global Entrepreneurship Summit is an annual summit bringing together entrepreneurs, including social entrepreneurs, business people, venture capitalists, and foundations, for an intense 2-day conference to network, learn from each other, and identify ways to improve the entrepreneurial ecosystem. This summit was officially opened by the US President Barack Obama in 2009 and was first held in Washington, D.C. in 2010. This year's summit is scheduled to take place on July 25th through to 26th, led by President Obama and our own President Uhuru Kenyatta. It will be the first time the summit will take place in Sub-Saharan Africa. Pre-Global Entrepreneurship Expo, which is a run-up to the main event, will be taking place on the 22nd through to the 24th of July at KICC, which will be showcasing Kenyan innovators. Among the list of expected guests will be the high-profile businessmen from around the world, diplomats, and former head of states. The entrepreneur will be keeping tabs on this major event and giving you a chance to learn from the cream in the field of entrepreneurship.
We've come to the end of part 1 of the show tonight. Don't go away because we have another guest for you. So we're just taking a very short commercial break. Keep it here.